If you could only have faith in one thing, let it be to have faith that God created you, that you are the divine light of that creation, and have faith that even though the words are leading you to a deeper truth, you can rest with faith that your perfection is so all encompassing that the mind can't even fathom how perfect you truly are. But you don't need to try to embrace that you are as God created you. Your simple yes, your simple acceptance allows Spirit of Love to have access and to change your mind with you. When you allow the Spirit of Love to bring healing to your mind and heart, it is always answered, and it is always as deep a healing as you will accept. It isn't that you would get the deepest healing that ever was possible, because it depends on your yes. The ego mind doesn't show you the resistance if it can possibly help it. It doesn't show resistance because the ego's intention is for you to believe that when you say yes, you override the ego. When you say yes to God, you override the ego. That's what the ego wants you to believe. It's helpful to not put faith in the ego's intention. To understand that the ego has no intention of opening any doors or windows for you to the divine. It will even camouflage things to seem to be on the road of spirituality, but in essence, it's running in kind of a circle. So there is a divine vigilance that is called for you to hold in your mind and heart, not out of fear, but out of what you truly want. And to even contemplate what it is to truly want something that is not of this world, to truly want the promise of peace, to truly want to return home. Every day you can increase your faith in what you truly want. To remember that you are as God created, and that your every intention is to be free. Be free from all disturbance, from all conflict, from all suspicion, from all differences, from all the belief of good and bad, all of it, washing down the drain because you're not interested. And affirming every day, even to the point that every day becomes a deeper day by your own wanting. I want to go deeper today than I went yesterday. Take me deeper. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it'll look like, but that's what the heart is wanting. There's a way that the ego plays a game with your wanting that can seem like it's important to put the brakes on because it's getting a little overwhelming, a little scary, feeling a little out of control. And then love whispers to you. That's where the healing is. When you hit that place where you feel a little out of control, a little overwhelmed, that's the time to surrender a little bit more deeply because something is ready to open. Contemplate within the idea of letting the power of God shred the ego. Just shred it. As it disappears, because even as it's shredded, you see that it's nothing but a wisp of smoke, an illusion that has been whispering in your ear. But it has no power when the power that you believed was true is found to be false. Only love is true power, and that you are. You are as God created you in the perfection of love. I ask and I pray, O Celestial Mother, because everything that I have, it is you who gives it to me. I ask and pray, my Celestial Father, because everything that I have, it is you who gives it to me. I ask and pray, O Celestial Mother, to bring your blessings of salvation and stay with me, O Celestial Mother. This hymn is a deep calling. It raises the voice to pierce into the vibration of the Divine Mother so that she can truly hear what you truly want, that you truly want to recognize and accept that everything that has any value at all is given to you by the Divine Mother and Father, including remembering. Always given to you. El Pesi Hogu, oh my celestial, que tudo enquanto é tenho, e você que me dá, oh my celestial. Eu peço e rogo, ó Pai Celestial, que tudo enquanto tenho, e você que me dá, ó Pai Celestial. Eu peço e rogo, oh my celestial, que te dê salvação, errou de bom lugar, oh my celestial. Let your heart sing all day. Let your heart hold the joy of singing, calling the light of the Divine Mother, the light of the Divine Father. Everything that I have is from you. Being in the gratitude and recognition that this is where you belong, in the heart of your Divine Mother and Father. Resting from the journey that lasted so many lifetimes. Being so grateful that the journey doesn't have to continue. As you say, yes, you can come home because it's where you belong. Could you help me with this? An ant said to an elephant. When a large seed the ant was dragging back to its nest got stuck between some grass. The elephant, looking down and feeling kind-hearted that day, began to contemplate all that might be needed to render some service. But the task just seemed too delicate and in need of more precision than the elephant's trunk or one of his feet or even his tail or one of his grand ears could handle effectively. So the elephant began to pray for divine intervention. And sure enough, it worked, or so it seemed. A berry on a nearby bush happened to fall in such a way as to free the seed for its onward destination. The elephant's faith in God was increased, and the ant, having heard the prayer, was now less of an agnostic, which he had been for the last year or so because of personal reasons, that he would rather keep quiet and pray. All in all, some things are moving ahead, working out for the best. Yep. faith. Can the elephant have faith? Can the ant have faith? Faith is the trusting love that says there has to be a divine presence. There has to be the truth of love that rules the universe. It has to be, or else there is no purpose to anything. As you watch the world and its struggles and its battles and its small victories and its defeats, and when you look at it through the eyes of faith, what would you put your faith to? The pain and the suffering that humanity holds as punishment for the belief of leaving God, that it made an idea that punishment was necessary. Because the belief was that if you didn't punish yourself or punish others, then you would be in line for punishment from God. The belief that you left God and there is punishment is the great lie. And hasn't everyone had enough of the belief of punishment and guilt and shame and payback, reprimand, all of it, all of it, just the insanity of separation. Declare your heart's intention that you refuse to accept the world of suffering as real. You refuse it because it cannot be God's will that anyone stay in suffering. And with your heart and your mind, you can stand in the light and hold this reality for all beloveds. If an elephant can have faith and an ant can be less agnostic, then the mind of every beloved has the power to hold faith, to hold in faith that you are created as the love of God. To accept that you are, as God created you, perfect, is to refuse the ego's strategies. And those strategies want your attention, for sure. With every thought that is not of gratitude, love, ease, peace, harmony, joy. With every thought that is of the ego, the acceptance of God's love is not held in focus when the ego is tempting with its distractions. Everybody knows what the distractions are that come from the ego. Everyone uses their own formula of distractions, but they're all the same. Ego is addiction, and it has been the addiction that we've all used, that we've all lived with, thinking it was the only option. But thank God, it's not. Every situation that you enter into, out of whatever the reason is that you enter into it. Let's say you volunteer for a school project, a school that's down the street, and you have a deadline and you have to make something by the deadline. And all your focus goes to that situation. And the date is looming because you may not be able to do what you're supposed to do by that date. Every situation is not there to accomplish something. You're there to offer love. If it happens to come through the form, it will come through the form. But your purpose with every situation is to learn whatever the learning is that is there for you purposefully. If you're focused on making the deadline, you have basically given away the lesson. Because the mind, the ego has taken over and has truly wanted it to be a result that is either good or bad. You believe that the situation is for producing something, but it's really for a learning that is so beyond the production that it's like a gift of gold if you're ready to accept it. There's a prayer for every situation. Help me to surrender my assessments and judgments and see the fear that other beloveds are expressing, and let me bring love to every situation. That's the only purpose of every situation, to bring love, to bring your light, you bringing peace to every situation. There's no payoff of accomplishment. There's no payoff of particular recognition. There's no payoff of even improvement within the form itself. The only offering for that situation is the learning that is under the idea of doing. If you're willing to go there. Every beloved is carrying exactly the same beliefs that every other beloved is carrying. There's only so many ways that you can rearrange it, put it together, the essence of it is always the same. The same beliefs of lack, the same beliefs of needing to win, the same beliefs of who everyone is, what everything is for, and all of it is a distraction from the reality of love. Faith. You have had faith in everything of the world. Everyone has had faith in everything of the world. You even put faith in how your hands work, or your feet work, or how the body works in general. Everything is built on faith. You put faith in the idea of the sun coming up, the moon rising. You put faith in the idea of seasons. You put faith in age, what it is, what it isn't. And all that love is asking you to do is to redirect your trust, your faith in love, and to learn how to love, and to learn that you are love. But how can you learn that except through divine intervention? The power of love will lead you and show you step by step how to truly love without conditions. But to be available, to have Spirit of love teach you the truth of love, you can't be afraid of love. You can't be afraid of the perceived vulnerability when you open your heart, when you're truly available without defense. That faith has to be found as you toss your faith in the outside world, as you toss that into the bonfire of love, and you affirm the faith in God, the faith in love. I don't want to see anything unless I am seeing it through a heart of love. Let that be your prayer. If it's not your prayer, then the ego has been given a different message. Oh, my Divine Mother, you've given me everything that I truly am. My Divine Father, you have given me everything that I truly am. Those are just words. Those are just ideas until you bring faith to them. Oh, my Divine Mother, I'm putting my faith in that you have given me everything, because it's the only thing that is possible to be of sanity. If hatred gave me everything, if hatred gave you everything, what is the purpose of this life? To have more hate, to have more upset, to have more battle, to have more worry, to have more death, more pain. No. I put my faith that I am a reflection of the divine. I put my faith in the acceptance that you are the light of the divine. I put my faith there. Now, faith is melted into the light again. But the faith had to be there to learn the truth. Was I going to be duped by putting my faith in something that most of the time I couldn't see or I couldn't taste, that I had to trust? Yeah, from the other side, it's easy kind of to say, well, yes, that's what I did. But in the middle of it, shaking and quaking. The sneaky thoughts that come in and say, what if you're wrong? What if this is all a sham? What are you doing instead of being in the world and improving yourself? And then love would call me again. Oh, my divine mother, you give me everything. My divine Father, you give me everything. I put my faith in your guidance, in your truth, in your light. It's all that I want. Let your devotion to truth wrap itself completely around you. Let your devotion to the reality of love be the first thought you have in the morning, the last thought when you go to bed. Oh, my divine mother, you have given me everything. I put my faith as you call to me. I say yes. Lead me, show me. My divine Father, show me the truth. Let me learn to be the truth in the deep faith that I truly want. Help me. When you're in prayer that is asking for faith or help, your prayer is vibrating with millions of prayers that are beloveds asking the same wanting. Oh, my divine mother, help me. Help me to be what you created. Help me to recognize and live as you created. Help me to realize that this mind, this ego mind, is not my friend, but love is. Love is your friend. Love is everything. Love is what you are as God created. Have faith. You are as God created you. And it never will change.